Hi everyone, my name is Komal, CEO and co-founder at Lab4U. Esther, my question for you is the following. So we see many projects or even entire companies claiming to be making an impact or having impact without the right data or metrics to claim this. So my question is, can we develop a universal framework to measure impact? And if so, how can we do it?
Measuring impact, and in particular measuring social impact, is not easy. Because when you're asking the impact question, you're always asking, I'm seeing some results. How would things have been different if I had done something else instead? So take the example of the woman entrepreneur in India or in Bangladesh. I'm seeing that their life has improved, but maybe their life would have improved anyways. And this problem of missing data is fundamental, and it cannot be replaced by accumulating more data, and it cannot be replaced by using same indicators in other places, because the data is just not there. You don't observe people, the same exact people or strictly comparable people who have benefited from a program and others who have not. And therefore, social impact is hard to measure. Randomized control trial is the most natural way to solve this issue, because when you create a randomized control trial, when you have a randomized control trial, you start from a sample of people, and then you randomly pick beneficiaries and non-beneficiaries. Once the sample is large enough, you know that these groups of beneficiaries are similar on average. And therefore, if you collect the outcomes on both groups and you compare them, you will know whether or not the program was impactful. So I think that's the method that I've been using now for about 25 years in my own research, that I have promoted with others in the Jamil Poverty Action Lab. And that has really become a powerful movement around the world, with thousands of researchers, tens of thousands of activists, and of course, hundreds of thousands or millions of beneficiaries that have contributed to establish a few things that we do know can work. For example, the program that I presented on the graduation program on ultra-poor women in Bangladesh and in other countries. And in the social policy sphere, there really has been a lot of progress in the last 15, 20 years, where policymakers are more and more willing to accept evidence for this and to be discerning in their evidence. And so not everybody can kind of just advocate for whatever it is they like. Evidence is used, in particular evidence for randomized control trials. People are also, governments and NGOs are also working on creating their own evidence and adding to this toolbox. And that has contributed to a lot of improvement in the quality of decision making in the poor countries in the last 20 years, which in turn led to a lot of improvement in people's lives before the COVID-19 crisis, with a reduction of infant mortality by 2, a reduction of maternal mortality by 2, a decline in the deaths from HIV, a huge decline in malaria cases, all related to having better policy action, which itself is backed by this solid evidence.